Okay, I don't know. I guess this is what happens when I do one of these streams in the middle of the night as opposed to, well, not middle of the night, but you get my point. As opposed to doing this in the afternoon like I always do with these type of streams. I'll start anyway if there's like one or two people watching. I don't care. At this point, I just want to get this out of the way because I do got a decent, this has the decent amount to cover. So welcome to the 2024 to 2025 info stream for the Triple Winter Challenge. This is of course the first time in like winter series, like anything winter related, we've had a return, because every time we've had a winter related item, it always get replaced. Of course, was first were street stocks, then holiday winter racing wing, and nothing in 2022. Last year was triple winter, and now for the first time ever, something in the winter is going to actually continue into the next year. So this is going to be the second triple winter challenge following last year's, and this will be sort of your typical information stream. Okay, we got more people, thank God. But this is your typical information stream. I'm going to reveal obviously the schedule, basic rules, basic stuff. If you've been around this channel for any period of time, you kind of get an idea of what these info streams are usually going to be. So without further ado, we're going to get this started. So I'm going to start off with just sort of your general stuff. If I can, where's my mouse? Here we go. So here we go. And also I've added some cool like animations in this PowerPoint. So not it's going to be a little later in the slides, but there's going to be some cool animations. Anyways, or transitions, I should say. Anyways, so starting off with the basic info. So the mod we'll be using this year is the NASCAR Cup Series 2022 mod. So we're going to use the next gen cars with the wing. Yes, we're going to keep the wing from last year. I don't know why. I don't even know. I don't even like the wing in real life, but I think in the game here, it's kind of fun. I think having the wing in the Triple Winter Challenge kind of gives you a unique look. And we're going to use the Dodge Charger bodies for the next gen. Because Dodge won the championship again in Palm Summer League, that means they're going to continue to be the manufacturer for here in the Triple Winter Challenge. So obviously 1 car per person. You can choose any car number from 0 to 99. You can do also 01, 02, or the case may be as well. And as per usual, unless a spot opens up or someone voluntarily leaves their slot or voluntarily leaves the voluntarily gives up the ride, once signups are closed for the Triple Winter Challenge, they will be closed. So I'm sure every time I do one of these series, I get, oh, can I join? When I'm when I'm promoting it, or even when during the actual races itself, I get the, oh, can I join? How do I join this? Fortunately, after the signups, unless if something happens, you will not be able to sign up after signups close. So you can use your real name or your alias. A lot more people are using their real names, or like a realistic type of name. So you can do that, or if you just want to do like your online username, that's fine. No impersonating people, please. Don't actually impersonate real people. I'm not too comfortable with that. The AI difficulty is set to 100, just like last year. And as for the max drivers, it's going to be just like last year at 28. I was originally going to expand the field by at least like 2 drivers, but I determined a few problems with expanding the field, a few problems with expanding the field. Number one is the time for me to paint the schemes. Just like last year's Triple Winter Challenge, I'm about to reveal the base in the next slide. But I will be painting all the schemes to make sure all the schemes are consistent. It's gonna be standardized schemes like last year. Again, I'm about to reveal the base. So, and I want to make sure I get all of the schemes in before. And even though I'm doing Triple Winter earlier than even though this is the earliest I've ever done any sort of any winter related stuff, I have a lot of other stuff in my hands. I can't just, I don't have as much free time as I used to, so that's part of the reason why I'm doing this earlier than usual, and I want to make sure I want to get the schemes done. And I think 28 from early November to mid December, I think that's a comfortable amount for me to do. Number 2 is the issues with the heat races over heat race, because for Bowman Gray, which I'll spoiler, Bowman Gray is gonna be on the schedule for Christmas. Bowman Gray can only fit 28 cars. That is the most Bowman Gray can fit. If I have any more than 28 cars at Bowman Gray, that means I have to do heat races, which means I have to make I have to do a whole nother like video. I have to make a whole nother video, whole nother starting lineup, whole different commentary track. So basically, if I do a heat race at Bowman Gray, I'm essentially gonna have 4 races, and also and number 3 is the fact that it's gonna kind of screw around with the alliances because last year we had 4 alliances. That means I have to either create a new alliance if I have 30 or even 30, unless I have 32 drivers, which I was really comfortable doing. If I did 30 drivers, I was originally going to do 30 drivers. That means I have to either get rid of an alliance or add a new alliance. And I've already kind of settled with 4. I already settled with 4. And then not to mention, too, with the heat race idea, if say if I had 30 drivers, right? And 2 drivers missed the show, because again, Bowman Gray can only fit 28. That means I don't feel like those 2 drivers really had a fair shot of winning the triple of this challenge, because of course the idea of the triple winner challenge is, okay, if you win 2 out of the 3 races in this challenge, you get a PSL reserve. And if 2 drivers completely miss the show at Bowman Gray, I just don't really feel like that's fair to them. That's just me, though. That's just my opinion. That's just how I view about this. So I just stuck with 28. And plus, with last year's triple winner, it took us quite a while to get to 28. Usually it takes a little while to get the... Usually I've been in series where signups are really, really fast. But these series, our series, don't take nearly as long to sign up. Or don't fill up nearly as fast as other series. And usually they take a little while to fill up. So, okay, that's kind of my done explanation of why I didn't do more drivers. I stuck with the 28 because I didn't feel like, just long story short, I didn't feel like I was going to paint more than 28 schemes in the span of a month and a half. I think having 2 drivers miss the show for the opening race kind of is going to hurt their chances of winning the triple winner challenge, and I think it's not really fair to them. That's really the 2 main reasons why. And also, I didn't really feel like making basically a 4th race for the heat races. Anyways, so now, speaking of cars, we're done with that. I'm done explaining why I didn't do the drivers. We're going to reveal here's the base for this year's triple winner challenge. There it is. This is, of course, made by the very talented Corvette Racing. As you can see, the tires are different. These are not Goodyear tires. We're going to use the Bridgestone tires this is from Ryan's Tire War pack for the next gen car, because the next gen car you can easily change the tires on the template as opposed to like a MIP file you have to put in the mod files or whatnot. So I'm going to use Bridgestone tires. And you're going to see why in a minute, why I chose specifically these Bridgestone tires. And the render scenes are from James Hodge on Blender. These are the Blender scenes you can download on Stone on Racing for the next gen scheme. So just like last year, each scheme will be used the standardized base. So every scheme is going to use this exact same base, similar to the former IROC or SRX. Sad that series shut down. Anyways, the colors, the number, and the sponsor can be changed, just like last year. So we're going to use the same font as last year, basically the Hendrick font, pretty much. So you can change the number, you can change the color of the number. Basically anything, basically all of this stuff here. Like, this is obviously where your driver name is. This is where your secondary sponsor is going to go. This is where your primary sponsor is going to go, and obviously on the hood as well. And also you can put another logo here next, like where Final Flight is. You can put a logo right next to the number on top. The Dodge logo will stay. The Dodge, Bridgestone, Triple Winner, and Golf are basically contingencies. And here you can put your social media handle if you so wish. I'll probably mostly use Discord handles. I can probably put Twitters or Instagrams, maybe, but I'll mostly use Discord handles here. And you can see the wing, how it looks with the next gen car. If you're in Twisted Toes NR Sprint series, you're kind of familiar with how this look at the next gen. Anyway, so as I mentioned, one main sponsor for the hood and the sides, one associate sponsor right here where this RJ53 logo is. That's where the associate sponsor is going to go. Like I said, I'll be handling all the paint schemes to make sure all those schemes were consistent and whatnot, and not to really stress anyone out, or stress the painters out. And the sponsors, of course, may be subject to approval / change if you want to change your mind, or if I don't feel like the sponsor fits or the sponsor is appropriate or whatnot. I haven't had any sponsors that, like, the rule is if someone, kind of unwritten rule is if someone already has a sponsor of something, like if you want like a sponsor and then someone already got it before you, obviously you have to change your sponsor there. But I typically haven't had any problems with sponsors that I don't feel like are appropriate for the series or the races. And here's another view of it as well. I'll be posting this on my socials soon too. It's another view of the triple winner car. think it turned out really well. And here's how it looks compared to last year's. Of course, last year's we used the Cup 2010 mod from last year. And yeah, you can definitely see the difference of how the 12-year difference when it comes to winged Cup cars, I guess. Although one of them is just made for funsies, one of them is actually real. Yeah, I really like. I think these triple winner cars look pretty damn cool, and it's gonna be really cool to see all the different sponsors and color combinations everyone's gonna have for this. So just like last year, we're gonna have the alliances. The alliances were admittedly pretty last minute from last year, but the alliances, think of it as if you're new to the triple winner challenge, or in case you forgot, the alliances are basically the equivalent of teams here in the triple winner challenge. So they'll be randomly sorted after the driver signups, probably like a day or two after the signups end. I'll get all the numbers, randomize them into four. I'm gonna randomize them into 4 groups. We're gonna have 4 alliances like last year, and everyone's gonna be all and. So we're gonna have 7 drivers per alliance because there's 28 drivers, and just like last year, the average alliance finishes will be tallied after each race. And just like last year, I know I keep saying that a lot, we're going to have the exact same alliances from last year, but because these are the next gen cars, there's going to be more ways to identify, who's in whose alliance. Because last year's, if we go to last year's, the only way to identify from last year's alliance was the spoiler, what color the Dodge logo was on the wing. But since we're using the next gen, we're going to do something different. So just like last year, we're going to have the Ruby Alliance, the Diamond Alliance, which last year had the highest alliance average from last year, the Silver Alliance, and the Gold Alliance. So those remain from. So I did change the diamonds blue a little bit to match the tires, but yeah, you can see the Ruby, Diamond, Gold, and even Silver. Each alliance. So now, what the hell am I saying? But yeah, all the alliances you can identify with are much more identifiable now. Besides the Dodge logo on the wing, you have the banners on the front and back, and the tires. So you can tell easily for far away which alliance is who. And that's one cool thing about the next gen car. You can customize anything, basically Gen 6 or newer. You can customize the banner. Well, I guess you can't really customize the tires in the Gen 6 mod, but with this mod you can, because these tires, they're on the template. They're not a MIP file. They're not a generic MIP file that every tire shares with. So that's really cool about these next gen cars. And obviously, like I said earlier, these tires are from Ryan's Tire War Pack. Anyways, so more basic info. This is just general standard stuff at this point. Drivers are, of course, required to join the official Discord server. If you're watching this, you're more likely in it. If for whatever reason you're not in it, I'll link this. I'm gonna link it now. Actually, I have my web browser open. Just link it on the chat real quick. Invite people. I'll have this invite link expire never, I guess. So in case you're not in the server, there you go. It's in the chat. But most likely, if you're watching this, you're already in it. You could get remove if the rules are. I don't know why there's a slash there. But you could get removed if you break the rules or do something that media admins say, hey, that's not good. Again, we haven't really had problems with that for quite a while, so that shouldn't be happening. The rules aren't too hard to follow. Like, most people follow them. And this is not. And we're not going to award a championship. This is not. And technically, we're not going to have any championship or any championship race. This is only only going to have 3 races. How much of a championship can really determine from that? Then again, I had 2 series or 4 races. So, but 3 races, you can't really determine a championship there. So no non-standardized schemes. So everyone, again, just to reiterate, everyone. Oh, okay. Everyone's going to use this exact same base, again, with the colors, but the colors are going to be different. Just to reiterate once again. No teams, that's basically what the alliances basically filled that void with the no teams. No past champion reserve, so everyone's going to sign up on the exact same day. And the coverage and style will be similar to past races on this channel. Also, just like before, double foul restarts, 3 max we're gonna have 3 green white checkered attempts, maximum 3, unlike in how it is in real life. NASCAR, please change the rule or get rid of overtime at this point, but that's besides the point. We're gonna have but that's what we do here. We're gonna have double foul restarts, except in the short tracks. Let me add that. We're not gonna have. I forgot to add that, but double foul restarts except in the short tracks. So Bowman Gray will not have double foul restarts. I probably should have put that there. Let me actually edit it. Let me actually edit it real quick. Hold on. Let me edit that. I probably should have put that there. There we go. So double foul restarts besides Bowman Gray, a maximum of 3 green white checkered attempts if necessary. And of course, the main allure of this and the namesake of this triple winner challenge, if you win 2 out of the 3 races, you will get a reserve for the 2025 Palm Summer League, and this is gonna be a little different. This particular reserve, I decided to make, if you win the challenge, this reserve will give you access ahead of everyone else, including the past champions. So if you win 2 out of the 3 races in this triple winner challenge, you will be the first person to sign up for the Palm Summer League, and that means if you are a past champ, and that means this will trump normal signups, past champions. This will trump everyone. And if you are a past champion that gets a reserve, that wins this triple winner challenge, you will get a reserve of head. You'll also get ahead. You'll still get ahead. You'll get a head start on the reserve as well. So you get a head start on the past champions and the drivers too. What I'll probably do is, if someone does win this challenge and does get the reserve, I'll probably separate the 3 sign up dates by 3 days. Maybe one day will be the triple winner. Then the next day will be the champions, and then the third day is the general signups. That's what I'll probably do. If, of course, someone wins the challenge, which someone didn't. Which, spoiler alert, last year no one won the challenge. And of course, the new big thing probably for this triple winner challenge is the random ratings. I'll get to that I'll get to that soon. But first, we're gonna look at the races for the triple winner challenge here in 2024, going into 2025. Honestly, you usually want to do like these reveal info streams. Usually the schedule is probably the most exciting part, but the schedule honestly is I've already kind of mentioned the schedule before. It's if you've been in the triple winner challenge last year, it's basically the exact same races. But regardless, race number 1, of course, is the Madhouse Classic. This will be the 4th edition on the channel. This is the second longest running race we've had on the channel since the Firecracker 400. Because we've had this during Street Stocks, Holiday Winter Racing League, last year's Triple Winter Challenge, and now this will be the 4th edition this year, this Christmas night. And also, hey, NASCAR is going to race the Cup. And also, hey, I guess if you're excited for the clash at Bowman Gray next year in real life, this will be kind of a test to see what you expect with those next-gen cars at Bowman Gray. It's kind of weird. It's kind of funny that NASCAR actually races here. Is actually going to race the Cup Series. Is actually going to race here in real life next year. It's crazy. So, of course, quarter-mile track, 75 laps at night on Christmas. And I put the defending winners here. So, of course, Alex Santavallo, who, hey, is my driver for Atlanta Motorsports in Joe's upcoming series. Shout out to Santavallo if you're watching. He's the defending winner of this race as part of the Silver Alliance. And of course, this is a short track. And this is track type 0. You're going to see why. I'm going to mention why I put numbers next to the track type. Of course, race 2 is a super speedway. Seemingly all the races on the super speedways on this channel always are big draws for views. Tennessee and the Firecracker 400 earlier this year in the Palm Summer League were the 2 most popular races, and I'm sure this year's edition of the M&M's Classic, or I guess next year's edition of the M&M's Classic, will be no exception on New Year's Day, January 1st. The defending winner of this race is Matthew Burnett, as part of the Gold Alliance, and this is track type number 4. Of course, 22 laps will be in the daytime. Of course, part of the track is covered with snow. So there's that. And finally, race number 3 will be the Papyrus Motorsports Park for the Massachusetts Classic. Alex Mullen in the 1. Alex Mullen, he was not part of the Gold Alliance. He was part of the Ruby Alliance. Goddamn typo. Let me fix that again. Real quick. It will take no more than 10 seconds. okay, I honestly kind of rushed through this a little bit because I barely even did any. I barely worked in the slide throughout the week. But yeah, Alex Mullen from the Ruby Alliance last year is the defending winner of this race. And of course, this is a road course. But really, if you've watched Papyrus before, you know, even though it's a road course, it does basically race like an intermediate. 3.7 miles, 16 laps. And I'll be on Martin Luther King Day, January 20th. And I put on top of here, this will have a daytime start at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is because the College Football National Championship will be going on at 8 o'clock on the exact same day. So I don't want to, everyone's probably going to watch that instead of this. I don't want to kill the views or the premier numbers for this race. So now the big one. So now okay, can I click? Okay. So now the biggest news of the big thing about this Triple Winner Challenge for 2024 to 2025, random ratings. This is something I've talked about for a little bit now. But this is our version of custom ratings. This will mark the first project on the channel with custom driver ratings. There's been a number of NR series in recent times that have had custom driver ratings, and I want to make sure, even with this being my second to last NR series ever, I want to make sure that my series are still feel fresh and new, and I want to continue to add new exciting things to the series. And this is one of the biggest ones, I have to admit, because since 2020, since the first Golf Summer Series, I've always had standardized ratings across the board, but this is the first time we've had custom ratings. I think this is going to be huge. So how it works, each driver will have 6 rating points to use. So every driver that signs up will have 6 different rating points to use, and the minimum driver ratings will start at, why did I say 90? Yeah, again, I rushed through this. I'm so sorry, y'all. That number should be 92. So, okay, the minimum driver ratings will start at 92 for all the categories. And these will be the 7 categories to use your points. So we got the 4, I guess, standard, ratings for the non-track ratings: aggression, consistency, finishing, and qualifying. And then for the track-specific ratings, we got short track, which of course is Bowman Gray, super speedway for M&M's, and then the road course for Papyrus. So these will be the 7 categories, and you have 6 points to use these categories, and you can use your 6 points for one of these categories, or multiple of these categories. I have another slide that shows an example if you're still confused. Meanwhile, as for the pit crew and driver ratings, those will remain at 95. Those will remain standardized for all drivers. The pit crew and vehicle ratings remain the exact same as they've been for years. It's just the driver ratings which this random rating stuff is going to affect. And now every driver will have a chance to do their respective ratings in the driver sign-up form. This is going to be different. If you're in other series, like I know Staple's in the chat. Hey, Staple, what's up? I'm not sure how Joe's new series is going to be. If you're in AG's series, I think it's different. I'm not in that series, but I know they do ratings too. But we're going to be different with our ratings. Instead of every race I know with Staple's series as an example, he does ratings for he releases a ratings form for every race. But because we only have 3 races in the Triple Winner Challenge, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to have homework for everyone to do their ratings. All the drivers will have a chance to do the ratings when they sign up. And when I start the sign up form, you'll see why. You'll explain it. And in between now and before signups, I will make a standalone video explaining how this random rating stuff works, because I know there's going to be a lot of people who sign up for this series who didn't watch this or only moderately keep up, and I want to make sure to properly explain how these random ratings work. And this will serve as a test for random ratings. If this works out, what I mean by this, if this works out, if y'all like this, I like this, everyone likes this, I will have these random ratings also for the Palm Summer League, and of course I'll adjust the categories on the tracks depending on the tracks PSL we're racing, because we don't race on short tracks and road courses at PSL. We do super speedways and intermediates. If everyone likes this, if this is a success here in Triple Winner, I'll make some minor modifications and bring this random rating system over to the final Palm Summer League season. And here's the slide. This, if you're still confused, hopefully this should clear up some things. So the yellow arrow, these will be the ratings. These will be where the random ratings will have impact, except Speedway. I crossed that out. We're not racing intermediates in Triple Winter. So the categories so these will be the categories, except Speedway, as previously mentioned, marked in yellow, that will be affected by the random ratings, and this will affect the minimum and maximum. So an example in this case here, say a driver signs up, they decide to use 4 of their points for finishing and 2 of their points for aggression. So that means the minimum and maximum we set for finishing, we set to 96, while their minimum and maximum for aggression, we set to 94. And you can use the ratings for how many combinations you want. You want to put all your ratings in consistency. You can do that. You want to put one kind of balance, spread the wealth with your ratings. You can do that. You want to the combinations with these random ratings are virtually endless. And obviously, it's going to be different for each race. You kind of have to get it down to a science. And I think that's kind of the fun part about these ratings. You kind of have to get it down to a science. It's not like, okay, it's not a crapshoot how it is in older series and standardized, like how our previous series are. It's not kind of like a crapshoot. Here you kind of have to use strategy a little bit, and that's what I like about this rating stuff. So, and then meanwhile here, the sort of blue diamond, I guess diamond color, cyan. I say diamond because it's the same exact color used for the Diamond Alliance this year. The cyan arrow. These will not be affected by random ratings. So aerodynamics, chassis, engine reliability, consistency for the pit crew, speed, and strategy for pit crew. Everyone for those will be 95. The yellow, again, is going to be the ones where the random ratings will impact your driver. And again, I will make a video explaining this, hopefully before signups. Now for the important dates. So, of course, the races have, this is, if you've been here before, this is basically standard information, but races will be pre-recorded and premiered on this YouTube channel. Races will be premiered at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the exact holidays. Let me check if I got the sign-up date right, because I'm assuming we're making mistakes. Yeah, I got that right. Yeah, I got that right. Okay. So I want to make sure, because that's the sign-up date. That's an important date. I want to make sure I don't screw that up. So, again, races will be recorded and premiered on this YouTube channel. Races will be premiered at 8 o'clock on the exact holidays, with the exception of Papyrus. Of course, that was the 6 p.m. race because of the College Football Championship. I don't want to interfere with that. And here's the sign-up date. Mark this down in your calendars. Saturday, November 2nd at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully my internet does not crap out like in PSO earlier this year. Hopefully that doesn't happen. So mark that day in your calendars. Saturday, November 2nd at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And, of course, the race dates will be Wednesday, December 25th for the Madhouse Classic. Christmas is on a Wednesday this year. And subsequently, the same thing can also be said for the M&M's Classic. That's also New Year's Day is on a Wednesday this year as well, January 1st. And the Massachusetts Classic will be on Monday, January 20th at 6 p.m. to avoid the college football competition. And, of course, good luck to everyone hoping to get in this series. It's going to be the final winter series, that I'm going to do. And it should be a fun one with these random ratings. And here's the schedule once again. I'll post this on my socials after this is all over with. And here's a preview, of course, of the sign-up form when we pull up my browser here. Okay. So here's the sign-up form. Not fully done yet, but I got some time. So what do you want to be called? No impersonation. I'm just gonna randomly fill this out. I'm just gonna put random letters. What do you want to be called? What are your pronouns? How you pronounce your driver name? Discord name. Are you in the server? Yes, I am. Mr. F over here. Your number, just whatever. Your 2 color, and here's the scheme once again. The 2 colors you want your car to be. Your main sponsor. Your associate sponsor. And now this is gonna be new. Next page. This is going to be where you fill out the random ratings. Don't ignore this. This is just a placeholder. I'm going to, again, when the actual random ratings video explained comes out, this will be on here. I just posted a random crap post video from years ago. It's not going to be Sandy. It's going to be an explained video about the random ratings on there, if you're still confused. And this is where you do your ratings. First point, we're going to put your first point, second point, third point, fourth point, fifth point, and sixth point, and then you finally submit. So that's how the sign-up form is going to look this year. Of course, obviously fill out only once, and obviously since there's no teams, you don't have to worry about a team sign-up form for the Triple Winner Challenge. Anyways, appreciate the kind words. Action. Now comes the second part of this stream I decided to do. The final fight. This is, of course, the first thing I've posted on this channel since the final fight announcement. Before I kind of reveal some more info about final fight, I just want to really say thank you to y'all. Thank you to everyone's response to that final fight post. Honestly, did not think it was going to go well at all. I didn't think the reaction was going to be very positive, but lo and behold, it was. I really do appreciate the kind words. I do really appreciate everyone understanding my situation and why I've decided 2025 to be my final year, why I've decided that these series will be my final series on the channel. Let me do something on my Discord. Oh, crap. Let me do that. But I really do appreciate the kind words and everyone understanding why I made the decision I did with ending the series. Everything, all good things must come to a close, and I think next year it was time. I think it was time. It was the perfect time to do it next year. It's have this and Palm to be my final series, and it really does mean the world to me that everyone does understand where I'm coming from and why I made the decision I did. So, of course, this will be the hashtag for the final fight. I'm going to have a logo. We're going to have a logo for final fight this year, and I guess this year going into next year. Right there. Random's final fight. Of course, I guess I was inspired by like Rusty's last call or whatnot. And like all the names that NASCAR drivers have gotten in their sort of swan song seasons, I figured I'd make a logo as well to commemorate this special occasion. And of course, my number 53 there as well. So just some more, I guess, background info on Final Fight. Obviously, I announced it a few weeks ago. It's still 2020, August, summer next year, still ways away. I mean, we're just now getting in the fall of this year. It's still ways away, but just to highlight some key points about it. So, as previously mentioned, this Triple Winner Challenge for this year, as well as the 2025 Palm Summer League, are my final NR series. Said that in the statement, but I'm just going to clarify again that this and PSL are my final, and the upcoming PSL will be my final NR series. Also, as a driver, because I do sign up for the NR series, 2025 PSL also marked my final series as a driver. I was still signed up as an owner for other series that I'm in, but as a driver, PSL is it. Anyways, I'll still be active on the Discord. This both my Discord account, hopefully the server. I know I'm still trying to figure out what main draw I want to have to the server after PSL ends. But the server will still be active somewhat in some way, some form or fashion. My YouTube will still be active, probably not as much, but it'll still be somewhat active in some capacity. And also my other social media accounts. I've been trying to post more on my Instagram recently. I like taking pictures of the sunset. Kind of weird hobby, but I don't know. I find it relaxing. I like posting those pictures on my Instagram. So if you follow me there, you may see some pretty cool sunset pictures. Hopefully soon. Hopefully more good sunset pictures soon. And also, I'll hopefully still be active in our community again. In some, not as much as I am right now, or especially as I was like 3 years ago. But I'll still be active. I will still be active in the NR community in some form. I mean, I've been a part of this community since middle school. Everyone, for the most part, has been extremely kind and welcoming to me, very helpful to me. There's no reason to abandon that community. And I'll help out as much as I can, even if I'm not going to be as active as I was in years past. Now, I'll still be open to future NR content on post PSL 2025. I'll still be open to future NR content, so I can do like live streams. Like I want to do more of that. Let's finish rate like stuff like I did for the Coke 600 this past summer. I want to do more of that because I feel like there's a lot of potential of the let's finish live streams. Even one-off, yes. Also one-off races like holiday theme races, yes. I'm still even open to that, etc. But again, clarify once again, no more series after summer 2025. I'm done. just to avoid that question. I'm never going to get asked, oh, can I sign up? Oh, we're going to return this next year? No. After summer 2025, I'm done with series, but I'll still be open to live streams and one-off, like live streams, like what's the what's finished stuff, or one-off related races. Now, I do also hope that it's kind of like the random 100 stuff earlier this past summer. I hope to have special like festivities, like Google Forms videos made for the final flight, because it is a special. I think it is something I think is worthy to have. I think this is an occasion worthy to have special videos and whatnot. Stats and results for all the NR races will eventually be posted on a Google form, as well as a Google site. This Google site I've been working on since 2000, like spring of last year. There's just a lot to add in. Just like I tried to, like, if you want to help out with this Google site, feel free to shoot me up a DM in Discord or something. I'll be more than happy to create a shareable link for that Google site and even the Google form as well. But yeah, to archive and post results and stats from 100 plus races and counting, like of one person doing that, is kind of crazy. I know there's ways there's like algorithms you can put on Google Sheets, or what Google Sheets. So why did I say Google Form? Google Sheets. I know there's like algorithms and stuff you can put on Google Sheets, but I'm not too knowledgeable on that. I just do the bare minimum with Google Sheets. I know there's a lot you can do with Google Sheets, but if anyone can help me, with how to do those Google Sheet algorithms, please let me know as well, because that will definitely speed up this process. But I've been making this Google site for a while now. I haven't updated it for PSL this year, but once this final flight stuff happens, I don't have to worry about constantly updating it. I can just have a final version of the site and whatnot. And also, speaking of PSL, the 2025 PSL is in early development. I haven't really done too much like working on PSL because I'm worried about this as well as IRL stuff. But it is in early development. I do have a couple of tracks in mind and kind of what idea what I want to do with the series, what I want to do with PSL, and the timeline from when, like, to do the info stream, signups, and the opening race and the deadlines and all that stuff will be similar to 2024. I'm not gonna go even though I don't have a big trip plan like I had this year with Charlotte. I still felt real comfortable with that timeline with PSL this year to kind of give myself extra leeway to make the race, to make the paint schemes, and make the graphics in races, because races are getting extremely time consuming to make nowadays. And I want to keep that similar timeline from 2024. So there's that. So I guess expect a PSL info stream in early to mid January, or either mid January or early February. Actually, no, mid to late January will be probably the info, and early to mid February will be the signups. As for some other general updates, first of all, since this is an important channel update stream, the footage from both Charlotte and Atlanta, the playoff race, will still be released this year. I'm still editing the Charlotte footage. This is a bunch of I got like most of the Charlotte footage edited. I haven't really messed with Atlanta's yet, but Charlotte's I've mostly gotten edited. I do want to comment. There's a few things I got to do with it though. There's a parts I do have to commentate over. Like there's certain days where I kind of want to explain, okay, what was I doing and stuff like that. There's some parts of Charlotte I did not take any videos, only like pictures and whatnot, and that part 1000% needs commentating whatsoever. 1000. Why did I say whatsoever? But the pictures part, where it's kind of like a slideshow type of thing, like this almost, that needs commentating. Atlanta's is probably going to be very similar to the previous Atlanta races where, okay, I just record, stuff like that. And I hope to have both of them at the end of the year. I do have footage, though. The Atlanta one is not going to be as nearly as long as the February one. I didn't really get as much because the sun was freaking hot that day. Thank God it's going to be a night race next year. Holy crap. And I guess while I'm on the note of, like, public events, I guess, I do have a couple ideas of, I am trying to go to the Southern 500 next year, as well as that MLB Bristol game. I don't know, getting tickets for that ladder event, oh boy. I've looked at hotels for that MLB baseball game in Bristol. Oh my God. the damn tickets aren't even for public sale yet. It only people got access to the tickets for Bristol Night Race ticket holders or the Spring Race ticket holders, and already the hotel's like $500 a night. I've already seen hotels that expensive. It's insane. I'm gonna try my best to get tickets to that baseball game, because that's gonna be really cool. But I'm gonna try. But man, the hotel prices are insulting. Darlington is definitely a lot easier for sure. And of course, if I do go to both, if I do go to one or the other or both, I will get footage and hopefully post it on here too. Since I'm on the topic of like going to tracks. And I do hope to go to both Atlanta races next year too. The GSS bonus game. I know I keep yapping. I keep bringing this up and it never comes out. But since the final flight, since we're doing final flight stuff, it'll be released during the final, before we end the series, before my final NR race in 2025. It'll be pretty fitting to release something like this as part of this final flight tour. And this is completely unrelated. Fantasy football is in full swing. Shout out to everyone in the Fantasy Football League. I'm currently leading the Eastern Conference, while Dylan, who is still undefeated, is leading the Western Conference. I'm surprised how bad the Western is doing this year, other than actually no, the East is not doing that good. The West is kind of all over the place, but Dylan has been on fire this year in fantasy. She is still undefeated after weeks, or in week 7 now. She's still undefeated. And yeah, it's fantasy football league. It's full swing. Shout out to everyone in it. And thank you, of course, again, everyone that showed support for the final fight announcement, as well as the PSL this year. I know the PSL is definitely kind of I kind of wish more races got Paris, Daytona, Tennessee style views, because I should say half the races this year did really good. Like Paris did good, Daytona, Tennessee all did very good. And even the random 100 videos did very well. But like the races that got delayed, like Meadowlands, the finale, Las Vegas, even though that wasn't delayed, I kind of wish that got a little higher views, but I do appreciate it. Hopefully we can come back strong with better view. Hopefully the viewer numbers can be better for the final flight and whatnot. But I do appreciate the viewers I did get during PSL, as well as the support for final flight. And I'm still open to other content ideas. Like with my NR content slowly winding down, I am definitely more open to more content ideas. And I'm still open-minded towards a second non-racing related channel. I've had a couple ideas for a non-racing related channel that I feel like I can add my 2 cents in. And I don't know how I'm gonna get it. I know I mentioned it before, but I don't know when / how I'm gonna exactly get it off the ground. But I am very open-minded towards new ideas for not only this channel, but a potential second channel if I do make one. So with that out of the way, my voice kind of hurts. Any questions from anyone? I know there's not that many people in the chat, but if anyone has any questions about me, Triple Winner, the final flight, the random ratings, I know probably gonna get a bunch of questions about random ratings, and even PSL. For next year, I'll be here for the next few minutes. I'm not gonna reveal too much about PSL because I don't know much about PSL. I will say the only thing I've really gone far in with PSL next year is like what ideas of what tracks I'm going to use. There's a few tracks I have an idea of using, but nothing is in stone yet. Absolutely nothing's in stone. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, also I guess I'll apologize for anyone watching college football right now, because I know there's been a lot of the Texas Georgia game. How's the score of that game? See, I think it's going on now. Yeah, I think it is. No, it's still scoreless in the first quarter. Okay. Probably after the stream is over, I'm gonna probably get to watching that, even though I don't cheer for either team. What was I gonna say too? I guess another topic as well. If I do go to one of the Atlanta races, I have enough fan points to do like one of those experience stuff. I tried to save it for the garage tour, but they rose the stupid prices like this year. Like the experiences for all of them for NASCAR points, they used to be like 9,000 points for like the garage tour, the pace car, the victory lane picture, the green flag during practice. Those used to be $9,000 points. Now the green flag is 10,000, and all the other ones are 15,000. I don't have enough points, so but I'll still do the green flag one for practice. That's still kind of cool. Rito, I might join y'all. I don't know. We'll see. But I hope to do one of the. I hope to wave the green flag for one of the NASCAR fan experiences during practice during one of the Atlanta races next year, probably the summer one. So we'll see about that. And I do hope to, when I do go to the Atlanta, the February one, I'm gonna try getting like suites. I'm not a premium seat, like a seat that's indoors, because I cannot stand stupid sun after that last race. I cannot stand the stupid sun. This is why I go to night races. I cannot stand that stupid sun directly above me at all times. And oh yeah, too. I've been getting into like, yeah, I've been getting in, if you've been following my Instagram, I've been getting in like photography. I do hope to post more like sunset pictures. If anyone wants to see me make content like camera, I don't know much about cameras. I was like taking, if the camera, my model of camera is okay. Is it relatively affordable or a reasonable price? And does it take good pictures? Then I consider it a good camera. I'm not a good camera reviewer. Yeah, Final Fights. I'm glad you like the Final Fight idea. Actually, I know there's not many people on the chat, but I do. I'm probably wrap up the stream here because I've been here for like 3 minutes and it's not really any questions or whatnot. But if you do have questions, if you're watching this after I ended the stream, whatnot, you can always leave a comment on this video or in the Discord. Of course, be sure to join the Discord if you're interested in signing up for either the Palm Summer League next year, but also Triple Winter Challenge in a few weeks. So be sure to do that. And again, if anyone has any questions about Triple Winter, Palm, Final Flight, me personally, be sure to ask them on YouTube, on the YouTube comments, or in my Discord server. If you don't like the sun in Atlanta, you probably don't like the heat at Indy. Oh, yeah, I probably don't like it either. I do want to go to the Indy 500 eventually. See, the funny thing is, I like warm weather. I'm not a cold weather person at all. But God, I do have a limit of how hot the weather can be. When the sun is directly above you at all times, like it is in Atlanta Motor Speedway, it is not good. It's not good. Not good. That's why I go to night races. Charlotte. Oh, and then the slideshow there. Kind of go to previous. But Charlotte is different because Charlotte, like the sun is kind of behind the track, so the sun isn't facing the grandstands at Charlotte, so it's different. But yeah. All right, so I'm probably gonna end here. I'm probably gonna end it here soon because, yeah. I'm gonna miss you after PSL. Action says, I'm not gonna be gone. I'll still be around. I'll still be around in some form after PSL. But I do really appreciate the kind words and the support we have for our NR series. We're not even though we're not the biggest NR series on YouTube. We do have I do appreciate each and every single one of y'all that have been supporting me since either since the very beginning, or even if you're a newer member, even if you're a newer viewer supporting like right now, regardless of how long you've supported, I really do appreciate every single one of y'all. This would not be me doing these series for nearly the past half decade would not be possible without y'all. So I really, really do appreciate y'all supporting me and my goal to entertain y'all. So thank y'all for watching. Again, if anyone has any questions or whatnot, be sure to comment or go to the Discord server. But that will do it for me. That will do it for now. Of course, just to reiterate once again, let's go here. Sign-ups will be on November 2nd. Madhouse Classic Christmas, M&M's Classic January 1st, and the Massachusetts Classic on January 20th. Thank y'all for watching, and I hope to see you